Hey guys, Smelling Roses here. You can see that we're here beside Kerr Lake, an impoundment of the Roanoke River. This is Mecklenburg County in southern Virginia, and we are at the Occoneechee State Park. Just came down to do a little bit of hiking this afternoon and found out that the trail that I wanted to hike is a little bit overrun. There's hundreds of high school kids out here today. There's some kind of event like a race or something, and they're going to be using the trail that I wanted to hike. And of course the trail's still open. I could go on it, but I think with all that going on, I'm just going to come back another day to hike that trail. And today we'll go up and take a look at the old Plantation House. So come along and check it out. Guys, this is the site of the original Plantation House. The home was built here in 1839 by William Towns. He owned about 1,000 acres here, and he named the plantation the Occoneechee Plantation. That is named after the local Occoneechee Native Americans that had a village nearby and pretty much dominated this area. Anyway, he built the Plantation House in 1839. And there's some gardens back behind the house we'll check out soon. There were other structures around this area. The house was very large. It had about 20 rooms, and there were several additions that were added later. Around 1870, the Occoneechee Plantation was sold to a former captain of the Confederate Army, Dempsey Graves Crudup. And he lived here with his family until the home was destroyed by fire on Christmas Eve of 1898. So you can see how the land has been shaped here. It's been terraced. This area is known as the terraced gardens. These terraces were used for the basic food production. Fruits and vegetables were grown here for consumption in the plantation house. Okay, so we're here at the very back of the gardens. This is the last of the terraces. And here we're going to enter the woods on a trail. We're going to take a very short hike along the Plantation Trail. It's a loop that it's about a little over 1 mile loop that will take us around through the woods and bring us back around to the other side of the Plantation House where we were earlier. So Occoneechee State Park is a beautiful park. It's a beautiful forest here. Quite a bit of lake shore with the Kerr Lake, which is an impoundment of the Roanoke River. I've spent quite a bit of time here in this park, both on my own, just hiking and exploring the park, and it's a great place to bring the family as well. A lot of things for kids to do, for example. It's a great park. I guess the only or one downside to it is that the park is located right off of a major 4-lane highway, Highway 58, and in this part of the park it's pretty frequent to hear a lot of vehicle traffic and especially truck noise, and that does somewhat take away from your experience, especially if you're just trying to enjoy some quiet or just enjoy the nature sounds out here in the woods. I don't know if you guys can really make it out or not, but if you can see just directly ahead, there's sort of a mound of earth here running out straight in that direction. It's obviously a man-made structure, it's not natural. This dam was created during the plantation days, and you really can't see it from here, but back over there is Mossy Creek, and they constructed this dam here, and what they would do is in the winter months they would dam up Mossy Creek and form a pond here about 3 or 4 feet deep, and when the pond froze, workers could come and saw blocks of ice and then store them in the ice house. We hike along the trail, we come across another old chimney here. And according to information here at the park, there is really nothing known about the house or structure that stood here, but it was almost certainly connected to the Occoneechee plantation. So you can see that we have completed the loop of the Plantation Trail, and we have returned to the old home site and terraced gardens. So guys, remember I was showing you about how they made the ice earlier? This is the site of the old ice house. Basically there was this pit dug in the earth here, and the ice would be placed down in the bottom, and it would be covered with sawdust, leaves, and other natural materials, and then there would have been some kind of small wooden structure covering the top, and that's how they stored the ice which they produced in the winter, and they stored it here for use during the warmer months. You can see the forest floor here is covered with periwinkle. That was planted here to basically give ground cover to the gardens, and it is now spread throughout this area. It really makes for a clean, beautiful appearance to the forest. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the trail.